In the spring of 2024, Bayern Munich made a decision that felt out of place. A club defined by control had just lost it. They had finished third in the Bundesliga, a quiet fracture in a system built on dominance. And in response, they chose a manager the rest of football had already dismissed, Vincent Kompany, a man who had just been relegated. But behind that decision was a voice that rarely speaks without certainty, Pep Guardiola. When Bayern asked him about Kompany, his answer came instantly: take him, blindly. No hesitation, no doubt. And then, almost casually, he added, one day Kompany would manage Manchester City. At the time, it sounded like belief, but it wasn't. It was recognition. Because Guardiola had already seen something forming years before the rest of the world even began to look. When Guardiola arrived at Manchester City, he inherited brilliance, players who could decide games in moments. But the player who drew his attention most was not defined by moments, it was defined by patterns. Kompany's body was fragile, injuries limited him, but his influence never faded. Because even when he wasn't playing, he was shaping the game. He adjusted defensive lines before danger appeared. He organized teammates with precision. He created order where there might have been chaos. And slowly, something became clear. He wasn't just leading, he was constructing. At the same time, away from the pitch, Kompany was studying a business degree, a structured analysis of football itself. Not just how to play, but how to control. And for Guardiola, that mattered, because systems don't come from instinct, they come from understanding. In 2019, Kompany produced a moment the world could grasp, a goal against Leicester, unlikely, unscripted, but decisive. And yet, for Guardiola, that wasn't the point. The real story began after. When Kompany left Manchester City, he didn't speak like a player. He spoke like a teacher. He had observed, analyzed, absorbed, and now he wanted to apply. His first attempt came at Anderlecht, and it was difficult. Results didn't follow immediately. The structure was fragile. From the outside, it looked like failure, but internally, a foundation was being built. Kompany introduced positional play. He asked players to think in zones, not positions. He demanded control, even when control was uncomfortable. It wasn't perfect, but it was consistent, and consistency is where identity begins. Then came Burnley FC, a club built on directness, on survival, on simplicity, and Kompany brought complexity. He reshaped Burnley completely, from long balls to structured build-up, from reactive football to proactive control. They dominated possession, they dictated tempo, they became something entirely new. 101 points, a system validated, not just results, but coherence. Then came the Premier League, and the results collapsed. Relegation followed, criticism returned. But this moment mattered because it revealed the difference between perception and understanding. Guardiola wasn't watching wins and losses, he was watching behavior, the courage to maintain structure under pressure, the refusal to abandon identity when results faltered, the clarity of ideas in unstable environments. This is what convinced him. So when Bayern Munich called, the decision was not a gamble, it was an alignment. A club searching for identity met a manager who builds it. At Bayern, Kompany didn't adapt to the club, he reshaped it. Out of possession, Bayern often resemble a 4-2-3-1, but in possession, the structure transforms. Fullbacks invert into midfield, the shape becomes something closer to a 2-4-4, not rigid, but controlled. Core principles: positional play, overloads in central areas, high pressing after loss, short progressive passing sequences.
Every movement has intention. Every space is occupied with purpose. Harry Kane, the connector. Kane is not just a striker, he is the axis. He drops deep, links play, creates space for runners. In Kompany's system, Kane becomes both finisher and playmaker, a striker who controls the rhythm of attack. Jamal Musiala, the free creator. Musiala operates between lines, unpredictable, fluid. He thrives in tight spaces created by positional play. Where structure exists, he introduces chaos, and that balance is essential. Michael Olise, the wide playmaker. Olise holds width, but not passively. He isolates defenders, creates numerical advantages, delivers final actions. He is both winger and orchestrator from the flank. Luis Diaz, the vertical threat. Diaz brings intensity, directness, relentless movement. While others construct, he disrupts, stretching defenses, attacking space, forcing imbalance. This system works because it blends structure and freedom. Kane connects, Musiala improvises, Olise creates angles, Diaz breaks lines. And behind them, a framework that holds everything together. Now the pattern becomes clear. Every step in Kompany's journey, even the failures, pointed here. So how did Guardiola know? Because he wasn't watching outcomes. He was watching thinking, teaching, building. He saw a coach before the world saw results. Outside the Etihad Stadium stands a statue, Kompany, frozen in a moment of defiance. One day, he may walk past it again, not as a player, but as the man Guardiola always believed he would become. Pep Guardiola didn't predict Vincent Kompany. He recognized him. And if you want to see another story where greatness was recognized before the world caught up, the next video is waiting for you.